All right, so this final part of the IEP is where we talk about some of the support we'll be giving Mario with his self-concept. I know, Mrs. Smith, that you commented about how he doesn't have friends or he's lonely, okay? And we have certainly seen things like that at school as well, especially given the fact that when he does have an angry or emotional outburst, it's typically geared towards his peers, okay? So what we want to do is start to build up that self-concept.
Does he like any kids at school? Because he never brings anybody home.
I see him being friendly with several kids, especially boys and girls who do athletics. So, but what we really want to do is have him feel empowered and build up his self-confidence so that he feels comfortable in any classroom environment working with any peers his own age.
And to show those kids that he does like, that he likes them in an appropriate way.
Right.
Sometimes he struggles with that, and he's scared turns them off from wanting to be with them.
Okay. So, what we're going to work on with the counselor is show him appropriate ways to cope with his emotions. So when he's feeling angry or upset, what we want to do is empower him with coping skills and talk him through some social situations. For example, you see some friends playing basketball on the playground. What are some ways you could approach them and ask to play? What could you do if they say no? Walking him through scenarios like that, kind of teaching him how to engage socially and then how to deal with disappointment, feelings of anger, feelings of sadness, or when he's feeling lonely, things he can do. What we want to do is to really try to get him engaged with his peers. So like we said, we're going to have him work in groups at least once a week. Try to do more than that, obviously, as much as we possibly can. Sit him next to a peer mentor, someone who can look up to and engage with one-on-one. Also, what we want to do is anytime he is feeling frustrated or angry, making sure we offer him a chance to cool down, get him to verbalize how he's feeling and why, what upset him, so that he can learn to communicate in more of a constructive way. And once kids can do that and they realize that they're in charge of their emotions and that their emotions don't control them, that really gives them a lot of confidence and self-worth. Just building up that resiliency and letting him know that he can handle these situations. Here are the skills we're willing to practice with you. And then also really being there for him, because this is going to be a learning curve. It's going to take time until he's comfortable trying it out, until he's doing it secondhand. And so what we want to do is make sure that we're giving him encouragement for when he is making mistakes. You know what? Didn't get it this time, buddy. Next time we know what to do. We're going to try again. Just kind of getting back in the game. Okay? The other thing we wanted to talk about is making sure that he utilizes that counselor at least once a week, but if he's feeling frustrations begin to build or something is going on with him in relation to the people around him, we want to know that that counseling is available to him. Just as a drop-in, I'm really feeling upset about whatever may have happened. Can you talk to me about it? Or this happened with a friend. I wasn't sure what to do. Just so he will go and start to seek that help for himself when he needs it. And the ultimate goal of counseling in school is to maybe start out once a week, every week, but then tapering it off when we see some nice growth and when he's consistent, and teaching him to seek it when he needs it, which is how kind of counseling works in the real world. You seek it when you need it. Okay. The only other thing we have as far as his physical environment is a goal to build a welcoming environment. So the teacher's really going to focus on making sure his peers are not engaging in bullying, they're being accepting and positive in the classroom, and that it's a community based on respecting everyone and their differences and similarities. And so she's really going to watch to make sure that there's no bullying or antagonizing or anything like that going on that would put up a roadblock on this progress we're trying to make with his peer relationships.
Does he handle bullying very good at school? He just gets tabbies, yeah.
And honestly, with the outbursts, it's, that can be scary, and so it's not uncommon for his peers to maybe shy away from him or be afraid to, or maybe say something to him.
Okay.
And so just teaching him those more appropriate behaviors are really going to help those
Well, I
relationships.
know when I hurt his feelings at home, he tries to go after it. He does get after it. Yeah, and when things don't come easy for him, or when he knows that he's maybe not as successful at something as another classmate, and instead of putting that effort into trying it, he just gets angry with it.
So we're definitely going to work on those coping mechanisms.
Okay.
Talk about ways he can cool down and refocus. Okay, and then also making sure that he knows how to verbalize what he needs and to ask for what he needs to get the help. So that he's not sitting there spinning his wheels and getting more and more frustrated. That he has the power to take a deep breath, put his hand up, and say, "I need some more help with this. I'm confused." So building up that confidence so that he feels that he can advocate for himself. Okay?
Honey, would you like a drink?
Okay. All right. So did you have any questions before we wrap this up?
I just don't know if we're going to have time to really participate in all of this.
So what I'm going to suggest we do is that we start with one thing at a time. Okay? So we're going to start with just sending home the reading materials for you to keep and talking about the homework training. Try that out for a couple weeks. When we're ready, we'll add in the counseling dates when you're ready for that. Okay? We're going to do one little bit at a time and build this up. We're not going to throw it all on your plate at once and expect you to do it.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to walk you through this one chunk at a time. This is the same thing we're going to do with Mario. We're going to build this
right
up
now
one chunk
he
at a
thinks
time.
he's in trouble that you don't like him.
Oh,
That's why we're doing this, is that he thinks his teacher doesn't like him.
okay. So we'll make sure that we set up some time for you two to kind of visit and build that relationship up.
Okay.
Okay? Because that's important. He needs to feel safe and loved here. Okay? So, and you should know that we are not angry or upset at him at all. This is his way of telling us that he needed more help. And the data that we've just gone through shows us that he's right. He does need more help. And of course, a child is going to scream for it when they're not getting it. Okay? So we're going to slowly put his mind at ease and really make him feel like we're here for him and that we're going to fulfill his needs and that we've heard his cry for help. Okay? All right. So all we have left to do is to sign this IEP, and I'll make sure you get a final copy in the mail. And I'll be in touch. We'll be in touch with you Monday to start talking about the homework training, and we're just going to do one step at a time. Build this up over a few weeks for you guys, okay? And anytime you need extra help, you need to talk to us about frustrations, you can call me, the counselor, anyone on the team, and we're here to help and support you guys in any way we can.
When you send that stuff home on Friday, can you send a list of everybody's phone numbers?
Yes, absolutely. Way to get in touch with us, and we can do you have email at work or anything like that?
No, I'm a waitress.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So we'll just make sure we have phone numbers on a list for you to keep on your fridge or wherever.
And I don't have a big phone.
Oh, that's okay.
I just have a home phone.
They're just regular phone numbers, so you can reach us from your home phone. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll sign this paperwork. Any questions from you, Mr. Smith?
Nope.
Okay.
We're done, right?
Yep, we're finished. So go ahead and we'll start signing.
See, Mr. Smith, I cited a resistant.
All right. Well, we really appreciate you guys coming. I know this is a long meeting, a big bite to chew off all at once, but I really appreciate your time. I know you're very busy. You have a lot going on. So thank you for coming. Okay? Have a good evening.